we'd written. The guy who made that shit up, I don't know how to feel about it. I'm going with it anyway. It's a good deal. I'm happy to have it on there. This is called The Streets of Galilee. Thank you guys so much for listening to me. Have a wonderful night. Enjoy Mr. John Moreland. You guys kick ass. Thanks for being so nice to me. Tsunami band followed them across the land and cried from crowded streets full of garbage men. Seemed to sail us with the Italian trucks and shine just like the first time I fell in love, but it'll never feel the way it was when we were kids again. So sang you over like the moon strikes your heart with a silver spoon. Extermination plan from James, the music of your favorite tune. This country's dead, Maria. Come on, let's go dancing tonight. But if you want to feel the Holy Ghost, then join the band and burn your clothes. Cause the last great hope of rock and roll ain't some Barbie doll on a stripper pole. And I know every word to your first CD. I would marry you tonight on them streets of Galilee. So desperately you kiss my face like you're from another time or place, a memory I cannot seem to trace at all. The triumph that you pull back into town like a circus and what a juggling clown, a fighter for a critically acclaimed artist who can't even draw. So ran from me and say I saved you for another day of pain lies and gutless folks who steal from you to give you hope. I get the feeling nowadays there ain't nothing left to say. So won't you love the cannons to fly so far that outer space from inside my car? Cause we all used to dream so hard and nowadays we're all too sick and tired. I've cried so much, my dear, the tears are like a sea. There's a ship we can ride across on them streets of Galilee. No one's right, no one's wrong. We always here for the atom bomb, and I ain't never had to wait so long to get blowed up. But maybe when we finally go, MTV will show some of those music videos and apologize for all their TV shows in which they tried a little harder to find something cool. Hell, I get sad when we watch TV. But I know I would if I could see people laughing at misery, just like it's 1963. And baby, you gotta know, I loved you even way back then. So won't you take my hand and have a beer? Oh, Milwaukee's having one hell of a year. And I promise to hold you up, my love, so you can see the singer take all his drugs. I have not felt so good since 1993. That was the year of Kurt Cobain, snap bracelets, all the cool shit, man. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm from a small town in Ohio. That's where I grew up. And every day after school, my mom used to pick me and my sister up from school, and she would play 1 or 2 tapes in the car on the way home. And the first tape that she would sometimes play in the car on the way home was called the Blue Beatles tape. And then sometimes we would get sick of listening to that one, and we would listen to this whole other tape called the Red Beatles tape. They were kick-ass. I was way into that shit. I took it up to my room, put it in my boombox, sat there, tried to figure out how to play guitar like all those guys, but I could not get the right kind of hairstyle going on, so I threw in the towel. But I'm not upset or disappointed in how I turned out. I'm like what Steve Earle would call an indigo boy, and that's fine with me. Man, I was listening to those Beatles tapes, and I was thinking to myself, like, because when I first started out, I was into like shit like what I'm doing right now. You know, I listened to John Prine and Arlo Guthrie and all those kind of people, man. That was what my hero was, this guy named Kevin Kinney from Atlanta, Georgia. He made this record called McDougal Blues that I just thought was the best record I'd ever heard. And so I was doing a lot of acoustic shit, you know. And I was noticing when I listened to the Beatles tapes, man, they got this whole other kind of guitar, you know, called the electric guitar. And it seemed that when you would play that one, the shit that happened to you was way cooler than the shit that would happen to you when you played the acoustic guitar. For example, you might do some shit like what I'm doing right now. Somebody might come up and say, hey man, you want to help me save this whale? Or maybe we could plant a tree together or some shit like that. But you get that electric guitar out, boy, man, the chick shirts are coming off, the beer's free, the whole deal is way better. It seemed like to me, I said, I'm tired of these whales and these trees, I want to see some titties and get drunk out there. So I thought to myself, man, if I go see somebody play the electric guitar, I could probably learn how to do it, because I was what they called in school a visual learner, which basically meant you did not do the shit that you were supposed to do, but it was like a nice name for it, I guess. I don't know. So anyway, I went down to this thing called the Ohio State Fair because they had this guy playing there who had a big picture of him with an electric guitar, and it was billed as the Motor City Madman. And I thought, this guy looks like I could maybe learn some shit. I might not want to know everything he has to teach me, but I thought it would be cool. And being as we were in the age of technology, I looked up Ted Nugent on the internet because I had not heard of him before, and I found a picture of him. And he had on like a loincloth and a headband and shit, and he was carrying around like a crossbow, and I just thought, this is the guy I fucking need to see right here. This cat. So I went down there and he played Cat Scratch Fever and all the hits and stuff, and it was really cool. And then he left the stage and came back on the stage by round of applause for what they call in the music business an encore. And it was at that point in time he played a song I was entirely unfamiliar with called Asshole, which if you never heard it before, it's basically a song where that dude sings about different people that he thinks are assholes, and then one by one his road crew brings out a life-size cardboard cutout of each and every individual he's singing about, and he shoots them through the heart with a flaming crossbow in front of everyone. At 17, I was like, damn, that's cool, Ted, but I just wanted to hear Stranglehold, man. Anyway, I'm not telling you this story, my friends, to take Ted Nugent down. You know, he's out there driving around in his golf cart, hunting and doing what he does. You should do whatever you do, so long as it does not hurt anybody else. I believe that. But as I was saying earlier, these are some strange times we're living in. Now's as good a time as ever to start yourself what my good friend Mr. Kevin Kinney would call a revolution. And I'm not talking about the kind of revolution where you need to shoot a flaming arrow at a piece of cardboard to get your point across. I'm talking about the kind of shit you can do in your own bedroom with a couple rock and roll posters on your wall and a 6-pack of Mickey's Big Mouth. Man. That's the way we used to do it back in Ohio. I was out to dinner with some friends of mine from Ohio the other night. Nobody was saying shit at the table. They were all just sitting around text messaging each other. I felt left out. I said, excuse me. Got up, went next door to the pawn shop, bought a typewriter, and wrote them all the letters. Dear friends, you know, listen to Ted Nugent. Stick to the early shit. All them streets of Galilee.